Recently, I did a video called Is It Good or Is It Bad? And so this is kind of a companion video of that, and it's about good news and bad news. It's also about observing yourself, and it's about energy management. So I would like to encourage you to be observant about how you feel when you run across news, good, bad, or indifferent. Because news affects us. What comes through our screens affects us. And oftentimes we don't pay very close attention to that. And we often don't realize what an intense roller coaster of emotion that we're on when it comes to seeing good and bad news. So just pay attention when you're scrolling through your news feed or when the news comes on television. Pay attention to what your body's feeling. Is your mind racing? Is your heart racing? Are you getting angry? Are you getting happy? This is an emotional roller coaster. So, part of consciousness is becoming aware of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and how you're reacting or responding to any particular thing that comes across at any particular time. And so energy management is working with that awareness and learning more about ourselves and learning how to back out of some of that energy, especially energy that feels bad or stressful or negative. One of the things that makes things so difficult for us is when we end up on an unconscious roller coaster of emotion. And so there's nothing wrong, there's no judgment about feeling bad or good or stressed or angry. There's nothing inherently wrong with the emotions that we feel because they often happen before we even consciously register that we're feeling that way. And so living a more conscious life means checking in and recognizing and identifying what we're feeling and why we might be feeling it. Because it's that awareness that helps us better respond to the world around us and not necessarily lash out because we have a knee jerk reaction and a knee jerk response to something that kind of triggered us. So, when you're on this emotional roller coaster, pay a little bit of attention of where that feeling lands in your body. Is it just discomfort in the head or the mind? Is your heart racing? Do you feel it in your belly? Where is that emotion landing so that you can watch it? Because a friend taught me years ago that emotions are like storms and they don't necessarily stay, they often blow through and they really just want to be seen and they want to be recognized. So when we take a moment to stop and do that and we log, that doesn't feel so good. I'm feeling that in my belly. And why do I feel that way? Kind of tracing those roots for clarity. It really kind of helps us manage our energy in a little bit more conscious way and at least begins to help us realize as to what triggered us or what caused the emotion inside and what we want to do with it so we don't just kind of spill out on everybody else in response. So, just a little energy management tip to help us become a little bit more aware of what we're feeling and why we're feeling it, especially when it comes to good news and bad news. Because once you start to pay attention, you'll realize that you're on a roller coaster. And so eventually, as you work with the energy, you'll kind of learn to neutralize that a little bit and stay on a little bit more even keel and have a more still, calm pond in yourself so that you're not hijacked by something and taken by a ride that you really never even wanted to go on. So pay attention to how you're feeling about good news and bad news. And don't judge it, just feel it, just log it with consciousness and awareness. And the more you do, the more you'll learn. This has been Alecia with a Sage Inspiration at askalecia.com. I hope you get a little something out of this video and send me some love. Like and subscribe, hit the bell if you want notifications when the next videos come out. And you gotta know, I deeply appreciate you.